The 11.
Do it. Alright, take that guy back.
Scratched out for everything. Night fell on me writing this, and I ran out of paper, so I crossed the name out at the top of the page. Not sure why I'm even writing this, but I guess that feels right. It sort of feels like I have to, like an exorcism. I guess that makes me sound crazy, but that's alright. Lately I feel like I might be not that I've heard any voices or anything. Just like that everyday kind where you forget things you shouldn't, and you think too much about that. Maybe you know what I'm talking about, or maybe you would have known or had known. Is it one still? I don't know what test is. I know I never used to feel like this. I used to never think of death or hear voices. I used to feel like everything was perfectly in order, a normal life. But I guess it came into function, and that I know you understand, or would have understood. And I guess things change after that, and I'm mostly scared now. But it's there in the stories, or whatever they are, you can see them. Anybody could if they could look. I wrote some notes in the margins explaining it. The rest is in between lines or in the fine print. First the feeling of abandonment, then trying to cope, then death and hope, and the thing itself all waiting for me. It's all there in the pages I had here. It's there waiting for you, for me, I'm not sure. The whole story. For everything, for everything. Thanks. Funny what you think of after a collapse while lying in the dirt. The first thing that comes back is never quite what you'd have guessed. And if you could have, you probably would have said you'd check if all your limbs were intact still, and then try to get out. We played house with the neighbors in their basement. Sister made me husband, she was think of the wreckage lying there in the dirt, the dust and the glass. How you're suddenly somewhere in the desert, in the nighttime, it's getting close to Christmas. And then her, in that movie voice she uses when she reads "Welcome to the land of enchantment" from a highway sign. And it's late, so you take the next exit. When that trip ended, we came back, the rent was due, I was jobless. I guess in retrospect I should have sensed decay. Then that day, how you said, I just don't know, and I promise we'd rearrange things to fix the mess I made here. But I guess in the end, we just moved furniture around. But I guess in the end, we just moved furniture around. But I guess in the end, we just moved furniture around. But I guess in the end, it sort of feels like every day it's harder to stay happy where you are. There are all these ways to look through the fence into your neighbor's yard. Why even risk it? It's safer to stay distant when it's so hard now to just be content, because there's always something else. Now I'm proposing my own toast, composing my own joke for those married men. Maybe I'm miserable, I'd rather run for mayor in Splitsville than suffer your jokes again. Thanks. This is another new song. It's a love song, I guess. Bookshelf goes or throw run, how you shape any common space, and the language you make, how it looks and names all the motions of ordinary love, all the weight it can hold when you say one name, all the motions of ordinary love, they grow and change, all the motions of ordinary love, all the motions of ordinary love, emotions of ordinary love, all emotions of ordinary love. In the bathroom, off the kitchen, leave the door ajar in a brand new dress. Let me watch you put your makeup on, let me in, give me holy privileges. There's a dinner thing, Thanksgiving, dress up nice, make a dish to bring. There are moments here, only yours and mine, tiny dots on an endless timeline. 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 In the mirror, with your eyes wide, trace outlines, ask for wine, but you never look away when you do. Your eyes don't move, I never move mine from you. When I watch you, you're reversal. It's an honest thing when there's no one there. Some days they feel like dress rehearsal. Some days I watch and you don't care. There's a dinner, Thanksgiving, dress up nice, make a dish to bring. There are moments here, only yours and mine, tiny dots on an endless timeline. Tiny dots on an endless timeline. Go on and on and on. All the motions of ordinary love. All the motions of ordinary love. I know, I know. All the motions of ordinary love. No, I know. I glance back to the small of yours, the sink where I set your glass. I hand that rests there flat, a moment retracts my recognition that you give and you shift position, move your hip slightly in. We say nothing then out loud, and that's what feels the most profound. And I watch you somewhere from across the room, but it's all a haze. I remember vaguely lights then staring there to you. It's your slowest days in the bathroom that somehow never seemed to go, where I watch you put your makeup on, the smallest sounds, the clearest echo, all the motions of ordinary love, all the motions of ordinary love, all the motions of ordinary love, all the motions of ordinary love. I know, all the motions of ordinary love, all the motions of ordinary love. I know, all the motions of ordinary love. I know. Thank you. Song's about a church. Stained glass in the choir sing out that strong and ceaseless chorus here. So sweet the voices sweep like leaves into the street. On Eastern, a celebration carried on, forgotten hope and refuge to keep each other alive, give shelter from the storm and keep warm. The congregation gathers outside in the parking lot. Each service done, they keep the old hymn rolling on and on. And I see that scene in color each day, driving out to East Town, that old abandoned church. And have I gone the same sad way? Have I gone the same sad way? Flourish and the 70s in flux, the 80s fluctuate each year, unclear when the money would dry up. And then the 90s, violent crimes and rising unemployment rates gave way. That parking lot grew dim and thin of sinners and saints until the voices unceasing slowly faded to black until the wind stormed the concrete from unintended cracks. It had to know, that glory never coming back, like I could feel it when the passion left. The last of what I had, it had to know, like I knew, and I can't find it still. Another standing vacant, 10 years on empty, maybe more will tell the faith of hundreds. Soon one more cell phone store. For years they gathered here inside the building, certain intruders bring their praises to a God who gave them hope to carry on, to carry through. So I've been thinking about that. Sometimes go slow and I drive by a home of stone and a house so holy grows so empty over time. What gave those people purpose? Past death approaching constantly, now left to crumble slowly, now left to wither with the winds, now left to ice and vandals. The advent candles long since gone, the old foundation shitting hard, the concrete overgrown, but that stained glass window sits untouched among the brickwork worn, a symbol of that beauty only perfect at that moment we were born. And just the other day, I swear I saw a man there pulling weeds out of the concrete, sweeping up and patching cracks. I saw him lift the rag to wash the years of filth from off that window. Made me wonder if there's anybody left for you and me, and anybody else. For Me Here Here record.
On the church steps when I moved to kiss your chest. How we paid such close attention to each sweet and stuttered breath. I should have stopped to paint our picture, captured honest, pure affection, just to document the difference between attraction and connection. I can see all of my friends and I break into empty buildings when the coast was clear. Backpacks full of beer, we'd throw our bottles from the rooftop of the city. It looked endless, cause I still don't see the difference between real purpose and that urgent adolescence. Basement, sharing sweat with all these stranger boys and girls. Will change the world, we sang we'll change the world, but nothing seems to change. They say none of them will listen, but I still see much more power in that basement than in useless politicians. If we get beaten by this winter, if we get strangled by regret, just let our love of life intention, gasping sweet and stuttered breaths, have them throw us in a basement, smash some bottles on the ground, and say we never knew the difference between the feeling and the sound. Remember not our faulty pieces, remember not our rusted parts. It's not the petty imperfections that define us, but the way we hold our hearts and the way we hold our heads. I hope they're etched beside mine on my gravestone when I'm dead. And when we are dead, let our voices carry on to find a better song, find a better song, and sing along, sing along, sing along. Sing along. Sing along. Sing along. We had to relearn how to play this song because it'd been so many years since we had. It's called Fall Down, Never Get Back Up Again. Like bones beside the ocean, out where the waves crash contempt on the land. Someone was trembling for fear of the tempest. Somebody silently reached for their hand, said, understand, and if you're cold, we'll keep you warm. And besides, there's so much beauty in a storm, so come down with me to the shore. And what's more, I adore you. So tell me, what is there to fear? You think some seraph up above is trying to rob us of our love because the sky's not clear? My dear, you know there's none. Now listen to the rain upon the rooftops. The wind picked up. stones stand up like thrones beside the ocean, where the waves make a grave of the sea. Two lovers struggled in the middle of the tempest, and water angrily climbed up onto the beach. Said, hold my hand, stay with me, we'll be released. But the tide clung like an anchor to her feet, and though we tried to make the waterline recede, it pulled her out to the sea. Not break apart the waves to bring her safely back in. He watched her hand break through the surface once, then disappear again. Forever wait inside the sea for me. I swear I hear you. You speak in every curling wave and sing in every violent breeze. Someday not far away from here, my dear, I swear I'll see you, and you will hear the seraphs cry. They still empty you and I. They envy you and I. How they envied you and I. How they envied you and I. So here goes one last letter now, one last attempt to make sense of what I've been writing to. I'm not sure anymore. What have I been trying to accomplish? It's a mystery, I guess, self-made secrecy. Things get cloudy, you know, all these stories and the struggle as an undercurrent both get blurry by the minute, both get blurry. You're so which voice is this then that I am writing in? Is it my own or his? Has there ever been a difference between them at all? I don't know. One last desperate plea, one last verse to sing, one last laugh track to accompany the comedy. Have I been losing it, completely losing sanity, or has it been fabricated, fashioned by the worst of me? I know I knocked the table over because I watched the jar break, and I've been trying to repair it every single stupid day. But won't the cracks still show? No matter how well it's assembled, can I ever just decide to let it die and let you go? All my motives, every single narrative below reflects that moment when you left, and will I never let it go? No matter what, now I am throwing all the shards away, discarding every fragment, and fumbling uncertain towards a curtain call that no one wants to happen, that no one's going to clap for at all, but that still has to be. Thank you again, everyone. Thanks to Banquet Records and All Saints and everyone involved with making the show happen. It's been a really incredible experience for us. I hope that you all enjoyed yourself. So last one. Yesterday alone, I laid everything out on the carpet. Books, kitchen things, objects with specific purpose or none. Arranged them sideways in a grid on the floor there, unmoored, then considered it. First the whole picture, then everything individual, humming along at the deadest pace imaginable. One object, then another, and then the next. And I wondered what they meant there, if they meant anything still. Found notes, camping supplies, a book you bought in the desert, identifying wildflowers, pictures from vacations, from parties, kitschy gifts we bought from rest stops on that road trip out west, objects, everything itself, memory. All of it laid out there, from the dining room, the living room, the hallway, and the basement, and the kitchen. From that room we called the office, but never used. Even the bathroom. Everything laid out there, on the floor, on the carpet, out of context. And I sat there for hours. Today I moved everything from the floor to the table in the dining room. Placed each thing carefully without reason, or at least without one I understood or could describe. There, on the table together, and when I was done, stepped back, I realized what I had made. Keepsakes, pictures, letters, ordinary objects all together. A memorial. And I thought of ones on highways or set by gravestones. All the things you see there but don't understand, but still bring a remembered thing back vividly. Invoke someone's reality when they're together in that place, in that way, out of context. And I knew I had to take it down before anybody else saw. Tomorrow I would plan to put them all somewhere. Those things, boxes, side of the road, attic maybe. All those things that push and pull me through history, to places I once was, places I've gone, places I thought I'd end up gone. Postcards, ticket stubs for one thing or another. A personalized coffee mug, neither your name nor mine. Phone cards and old phones. A page from an old calendar I bought once at a thrift store and insisted on hanging. At cycles of the moon print, photos, old boots of mine. Put them in boxes. And I sat there for hours in the living room, then in the dining room, moving things around, picking things up and seeing where they took me. To what place in history, what moment on our timeline, where we were, where I was, where I thought we'd end up. In this house or on the highway, driving somewhere near Christmas, in the desert, or anywhere else. And I put them in boxes. Thank you so much.